Molly Scott Cato, Green MEP for the South West. We've heard reports today that Austria is indeed planning to pursue legal action on this issue of Hinkley Point, and possibly also Luxembourg, the Luxembourg government as well. What's your reaction to the latest on this?
We're really very pleased to hear that Austria is actually firming up its view on the possibility of legal action, because we continue to believe that the decision by the Commission was illegal and it must be tested in the courts. And I'm very pleased to hear that they're being joined by another member state, Luxembourg, today. It's really good news for renewable energy in the southwest and for the health of the people of the southwest.
Not so good news if you're in the southwest and wanting this power station to go ahead, that there's another country potentially going to join legal action. How significant is it to have Luxembourg potentially on board as well? Obviously at this stage we don't know that they're absolutely going to put in legal action, but that seems to be the plans from these two governments.
Well, this has been a decision that's been really very badly received across the European Union. There are several member states that have decided the future is a non-nuclear future, and they are really very irritated that the British government has been able to give a vast amount of subsidy to this power station. And so I think we will see more opposition, whether that takes the form of legal opposition or other forms of resistance. We're waiting to see, but it's certainly not just Austria and Luxembourg that object to this very bad deal at Hinkley Point.
I mean, one thing you hear about here in Brussels is that there's something wider at stake than just Hinkley Point by giving Hinkley the go-ahead. Can you just explain what the implications, the wider implications could be if Hinkley is given the green light?
Well, at the moment in the European Union, we're developing an energy union, and the idea is to build secure energy systems where we cooperate across Europe and we build a renewable energy future, a clean energy future. And the decision to go ahead at Hinkley Point flies in the face of that, and so it's really undermining of a secure and clean energy future for the whole of the European Union.
And is that because of the pricing structure? Why is it that Hinkley presents such a problem that it threatens or undermines potentially the renewable energy, in your view?
The basis of the legal action will be that there's been far too much money given in subsidy, and that has undermined competition across Europe. And obviously within the single market you have to have fair competition between renewables and nuclear, and our view, and this will be tested in the courts, is that this is too much subsidy for nuclear, and it means that renewables simply won't be able to compete.
Just a quick final word on the time frame. We understand that once the official opinion of the European Union is known, we expect that within maybe this week, maybe next week, that there's a 2-month window where different countries can take a look at this before they announce legal action. So we're expecting to hear something perhaps the end of March, beginning of April. This is not going to go away, is it? I mean, that's the point, that if you're hearing that Hinkley Point is definitely going to go ahead, it's not as clear-cut as that, is it? And that's perhaps what you're holding on to, is it the hope you're holding on to?
Well, obviously we're dealing with a legal situation here, so we believe there was no possible grounds for the Commission to give permission, but until we see the full reasons for their decision, then it's simply not possible to see and not possible to know what the basis of the legal action will be. So once that decision is published, then there's 2 months in which member states can decide that they will go ahead with legal action, and that might take several years and will certainly hold up the construction of the plant at Hinkley Point.